Thank you. The Police Accountability Board is back in session. The time is 7:51, November 22nd, 2022. During closed session, the Police Accountability Board came up with 9 categories of questions for the interviewers of the 3 candidates for the Police Accountability Board appointment to the 2 positions on the Administrative Charging Committee. Those 9 categories of questions will be deliberated by myself, Kelvin Duvall, the chair, Denise Hall, and Marva Jo Camp, and written down and sent to each member of the Police Accountability Board. Those 9 categories, Council Marva Jo, would you please read them?
Yes, Mr. Chair. The first is collaboration, conflict resolution. Number 2, decision-making. Number 3, time management, time capacity. Number 4, community outreach. Number 5, research and writing. Number 6, perception of the ACC. Number 7, goal of the candidates as members of the ACC. Number 8, experience. And 9, any conflicts of interest.
Thank you so much for those.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry. I also wanted to mention that in the minutes, we will reflect the votes taken on each one of those categories.
Thank you. Make a motion. Okay, so I'll make a motion to affirm the categories.
I second that motion. Lafayette Melton.
Could
Thank
you
you.
repeat who made the motion?
Lafayette Melton.
Made the motion, okay. And who seconded it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That was
Okay, I'll
I
move
didn't
that
think
we
you did.
affirm the categories.
you seconded, and your name?
Sheila Brown.
Okay.
And am I correct, Mr. Lafayette, you made the second? I mean, not Lafayette, not Mr. Lafayette. You made the second.
It's been a long evening.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go around real quick and we'll take the vote. I'll start with Mr. Bergamini.
Vote in the affirm.
Thank you, sir. Mr. James.
Keenan James, yes.
Thank you, sir. Mrs. Coleman.
Andrea Coleman, yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. O'Neill.
Yes, Mr. O'Neill.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sanchez.
Carlos Sanchez, I vote aye.
Thank you, sir. Mrs. Ridley.
Marsha Ridley, I vote yes.
Mrs. Springs.
Tamika Springs, I vote yes.
Thank you. Governor Ball, I vote yes. The motion, so it's unanimous. Yes. You got that, Council?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So at this time, the business is complete. Make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Anyone?
So move.
Second.
All right, Mr.
Point of order.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry. There was also a decision in closed session to direct members of staff and the chair and council to create questions for the questions within each of the categories based on the direction.
I thought that I made that announcement at the beginning.
Okay.
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay.
I have
So-
a point of order question.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bergamini.
When are we planning to meet next? And do we have any proposed new business for that meeting?
Ms. Hall, can you answer that question, please?
I sent out dates for you to possibly, well, those were interview dates. I think your next meeting would be your interviews, right?
Correct.
I sent I think about 6 days for you all to look at and maybe decide on a couple of those days that I can present to your candidates.
Okay, so can we have that, can we all agree to send something out by Friday? I know that Thursday is a holiday. Can we have that done by Friday?
Is there any need for us to just look at calendars now and make that decision? Cause I know we can't.
You
Or
said,
we all just send our availability to Mrs. Hall and then,
yes, I thought, yeah, we could send it all to Mrs. Hall, because I know the holidays are coming up. Just ask that whatever dates you thinking of, we can just submit that to her. And we can do reply to all.
I think
Reply
his
to
question
one.
was,
I'm sorry.
I said, I think his question was, can we do that? Can we do it now rather than?
Oh, you wanted to do it now, Mr. Melton? Is that what you were asking?
yeah, I was asking, was that something we could do now? Or if the preference was that we all send our availability? It's probably a little easier, especially for Ms. Hall, if we all just kind of say our dates, but I know there's also software out there where you can plug in everyone's availability and it figures out what dates work best.
So Ms. Hall, would you want us to figure that out now? Whatever's easiest for
With
you.
whatever you all decide I'm gonna work with in that software, I have no idea what he's talking about or how to use.
Okay, so does everyone have the available dates? Have they had an opportunity to look at that? Okay, so let me,
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I just had a question.
yes, ma'am.
The timeframes, I know we have dates. Are we talking about there a certain time frame we're looking at the interviews, or just any day, anytime that day? Or is it like 6 o'clock when we meet? Is that the general assumption that it's 6 for those days?
Yeah,
Or
so
around the time?
based off of the example that Mr. Melton gave, if you said 30 to 40 minutes, if we were to, multiply that by the 3 candidates, I think that we could probably go ahead and allot that time. So if we were to meet at 6 o'clock on that date and then move forward from that. Is that okay? Is that what you're asking, Ms. Springs? Okay, great. So
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
absolutely, you're more than welcome.
I'm sure it's my error, but I'm not seeing the dates that are proposed.
You just put them up in the,
I'm now trying to find my email that I sent out,
Hold on, let me
so I
see.
can do it. I have so many emails.
I'm sorry, let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second.
I think it was November 28th, 29th. 30th.
I just put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you just say them?
Oh, sure. November 28th, November 29th, November 30th, December 5th, December 6th, and December 7th. And that is, let me pull it up.
Mr. Chairman, starting at 6, you said, right?
Let me go back. Actually, December 5th, starting at December 5th through 7th. And November 28th through the 30th. And the 28th is a Monday. 29th is Tuesday, the Wednesday, the 30th. I was looking at maybe Wednesday, the 30th for me. Does that work? Anyone else?
Yes, right.
works for me.
Yes, for me.
Ms. Bryant, it works for you, Ms. Bryant? Yeah.
Yes.
And Mr. O'Neill, you said it worked for you?
Yeah, it worked for me.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, that works for me as well.
Mr.
And this is
James?
gonna be virtual.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Mr. James?
I have a potential conflict. However, I will make you aware of whether I will be able to attend or not.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Coleman?
I have a potential conflict on the 30th as well, but I may be able to move some things around, so tentative on the
Okay.
30th.
Okay, Mr. Verkamini, did I ask you yet?
You haven't, but I'm good on the 30th. That's fine.
Okay, Mrs. Ridley?
Kelvin, I don't think I am. I gotta look at something else. I got a union meeting that day, but I'm just not sure of the times.
Okay. Ms. Springs, I did ask you, correct?
No, but yes, I'm available.
Okay. I don't know why I always, you see your last on my screen. Don't take it personal, please. Don't beat me up. Okay, but you're available. Great. Thank you so much. Let's see. Is there anyone that I did not ask?
Yeah, Lafayette, and I'm available. No
Mr. Melton?
conflicts.
I thought I asked you. I am so sorry again.
That's all right.
Okay, great. So let's do this. If anyone finds out by Friday. If they have any conflicts and they cannot make it, can you just email the panel, please? So right now we'll go, Denise, we'll go with tentatively the 30th, which is a Wednesday, November.
Do you want to pick an alternative date in case one of the candidates isn't ready on that day? Can't do it on that day?
Looks like the next available date would be December 5th, which is a Monday. I'm available that day. The 5th. Yes, I'm available that day. If anyone is not available, can you let us know?
Kelvin, what time are you talking about on the 30th?
It's 6 o'clock, 6 p.m.,
Oh, okay.
as well as the 5th.
Mr. Chair, the 5th is a conflict for me already.
For
Okay,
me as well. I can't do it on the 5th.
okay, let's move to
Yeah.
the 6th. How about the 6th?
I can't do the 6th. This is Jamaica Springs.
So how about the 7th?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
question, if you have a quorum available on the 30th and on the 5th, are you gonna go forward?
I think that we should, yes. But I just want to make sure I give everybody, an opportunity, because I know that this is important and they've taken the time for this meeting.
To be
Oh.
recorded?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Will the interviews be recorded?
Yes.
So I would imagine people that didn't make it could also watch the
Okay.
recordings to, evaluate and make an opinion, because the questions aren't gonna change just because they're not there.
Right. Okay. So let's, can we do that then? So we'll go with the 5th. And you said that, did I ask you, Mr. Melton, did that day work for you?
Yeah, it works for me.
Okay, great. And I know, okay. So is that, can we agree on that? That if, you cannot make it, just email the panel? And
Mr.
that's,
Chairman, one additional question.
yes, ma'am.
If, for example, 2 of the people can do the 30th and 1 can do the 5th, are you all gonna allow for split interviews, or are you looking to make sure all 3 can go on the same day?
We can do split if they can't make it. Like Mr. Melton said, the questions aren't going to change and they will be recorded, but I will make sure that I am available for both.
Oh, she was asking about the interviewees.
Candidate.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Question, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
You said the interviews will be recorded. For clarity, is this open or closed interview? And then if those are closed, if you're not available, will you still be able to view a closed session?
Marvin Joe, that is a question for you. I don't see why not. But
I
Marvin Joe,
actually, on this one, I am gonna seek counsel from the compliance board, and we'll let you know.
okay. Any other?
I will try to make that outreach tomorrow, Mr. James, so that I can let you know.
Just for clarity, I'm sorry, Marjo.
Oh, no,
Yes,
I was done.
Just for clarity, the 11th, November 30th and the December 5th are dates we're looking at.
Yes,
Correct.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Any other questions?
But all I'm gonna be virtual. It's gonna be virtual. We don't have to go in the office. That's
That
right.
is correct, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, before we close the meeting, now Denise, we're gonna get a clean copy of the questions before the 30th. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Just,
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay, all right.
Cool. Any more? All right, thank you. Any motions to adjourn the meeting? I'm sorry. Go back.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Jamaica Springs, I second it.
Okay, that was Mr. James. Ms.
That was-
Briggs, okay.
that was
Mr. O'Neill.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. O'Neill did it, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, and Ms. Spriggs,
Yeah.
okay.
Everybody have a nice Thanksgiving.
Let me take a vote real quick if you don't mind. Understand, Mr. James? Motion to adjourn.
Keenan James, yes.
Ms. Springs,
Tamika Springs, yes.
Mr. Vergamini,
Mr. Vergamini, I vote aye.
Mrs. Bryant,
Sheila Bryant, I vote aye.
Mr. Sanchez,
Carlos Sanchez, I vote aye.
Mrs. Ridley,
Portia Ridley, I vote aye.
Mr. Melton,
You got your mute on, bro.
Sorry. Lafayette Melton, I vote yes.
thank you, sir, and Mrs. Coleman.
Andrea Coleman, I vote aye to adjourn.
Thank you so much. Kelvin Duvall, I vote aye. Thank you. The meeting is adjourned at 8:06 p.m. Everyone have a great and happy Thanksgiving. I know this was long and drawn out, but it's a process that we have to make happen.